All right, help on our last IXL here for this week, L2 in the Algebra 1 topic, graph solutions to algebra or absolute value equations. You're going to notice it's kind of similar to the ones we've been doing this week and even the other IXL L1, but then at the end you're going to graph your two answers, again, because absolute value talks about the distance a number is away from 0 on the number line. In this case, it'll be from the given value, but it still relates to the numbers in the number line, the distance they are away from a certain number, okay? So it's still kind of, they want you to get that idea that it's a distance thing is what we're talking about when we talk about absolute value and the solutions for these equations. So take a problem like this first one here, 4 equals the absolute value of c plus 4. Again, really the best way to do these, I still think to start off is just write them in the correct order. Again, put the variable term on the left. So c plus 4 equals 4. I'm going to write it like that. And then break it into two cases. Again, if you're having trouble seeing the answers right off the bat, that's totally fine. Break it into the two cases. C plus 4 equals 4, which is our first option, and C plus 4 equals negative 4. Again, I've called it the red case and the blue case. Again, what we're trying to find is what's in here, this expression. You have to put a number in for C and take the absolute value, right? Well then, so whatever's in here is either going to be equal to 4 when I'm done or negative 4. Because those are the cases when I take the absolute value of them, they give me 4, either this one or this one. So I take each equation and I set it equal, that expression, c plus 4, and I set it equal to 4 for the red case and negative 4 for the blue case. And then I just go ahead and solve each one, and that'll give me the two solutions that'll work in this absolute value equation. So in this case, let's see, I would subtract 4 from both sides. For this first one, draw my line, subtract 4 from both sides. I'm getting that c is 0 for this first one. And that can happen, so you can be 0. Or if I subtract 4 from the other side, for my blue case, c equals negative 8. So again, those are the two numbers that I could plug into this original problem and make it true. If I plug in 0, 0 plus 4 is 4. Absolute value 4 is 4. If I plug in negative 8, negative 8 plus 4 is negative 4. Absolute value negative 4 is 4. So yep, those will be my two cases, and then what you do is you plot them on the number line up here. So you put a dot at 0 and a dot at negative 8, and it'll give you those options, and you click submit, and you should be right on that one. Okay, looking at another one kind of like that. Again, I'm just going to do a few examples in this video. So I'm going to switch them around right away. R minus 2, the absolute value of R minus 2 equals 3. Okay. Again, for this IXL, I'm not requiring work. Some of you may be able to just kind of look at some of these and pick out what the answers are right now. And if you can do that, that is great. But I'm showing you here's the way that'll work no matter what, whether the problems are ones you can spot right away or not spot right away. So here's what always your fallback is. You should know how to do this too. Break the case into the red case and the blue case. Okay, break this problem into the red case and the blue case. What's inside of there, R minus 2, that's either going to have to equal 3 or negative 3 to make this absolute value equation true, because the absolute value of each of those is 3. So what's in here is you got the equal 3 as we did in the first case, or negative 3 as we did in the second case, the red and the blue cases. Okay, and then I go ahead and I just solve each one separately. This one I would add 2 to both sides. I'm going to get R equals 5. So 5 will be one of my answers. And on the other one, I'm just going to add 2 to both sides. Okay, those are 2's. Yep, I know it's hard to tell with my handwriting. I'm sorry. Okay, R equals negative 1. So I could put in negative 1, put a dot on negative 1, and put a dot on 5. Those are my two solutions for this absolute value inequality that would make that absolute value equation that would make it true. Again, in this video, I'll keep walking through a few more cases. Some of them get a little more tricky at the end. Some of these first ones, though, they gave me a lot of very similar ones. This one says t plus 7 equals 2. So again, first I'm just going to rewrite it so that I've got the variable on the left side because I like that better. I'm going to break it into the red case and the blue case. The red case looks just like the equation looks right now without changing anything but just dropping the absolute value lines. T plus 7 equals 2. The blue case, t plus 7 equals negative 2, because that's what would have to be true in that absolute value to make this equation work for the two answers. So I'm going to minus 7 from both sides of the first one. T equals negative 5 is one of the answers. Minus 7 from both sides in this one. 7's cancel. T equals negative 9. Again, if you're not sure if your answers are right, go ahead and plug them back in up here and see if they both work. And I think you'll find in this case they do. They can both be negative. That happens. They can both be positive. In this case, those are our two solutions. -5, and -9. You plot, and yeah, don't forget on this IXL, you're plotting those in the number line, and then you're submitting it. This one looks like it could fool some people just because it's got 50 in there twice. I could see some people putting 0 for an answer or thinking that it's something like that. But just take a look at it here. You should be able to break into 2 cases for this one. And even 0 can be an answer, but just realize there can also still be another answer here too. T minus 50 equals 50, as it says there for the first problem, the red case. Or T minus 50 equals -50, as it says there for the second case, when I make the last number negative. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and solve each of these. For both, I'm going to add 50 to both sides, right? And in this first one, I am going to get 100 for the first case. Okay, and the second case, when I add 50 to both sides, the 50s cancel, and I do get 0. So I get 2 answers. One is 0. 0 can happen, but I can also, in this case, I got another number. 100 will also work too. Okay, my last 2 problems are just a little bit different, so if you've been still watching the video here for some advice, you might run into one like this. So this is a good one to take a look at. Again, here's my absolute value equation. I'm going to break it into 2 different situations. First is just 8s plus 48. It's already set up with the variable on the left for me, which is nice. I'm going to just take that same thing and have 8s plus 48 equals 40. Okay, or again, the blue case. Again, I recommend you using different colors too. It kind of helps to realize what's happening. It helps your brain realize that we're breaking into 2 different situations and help remember it. The other case is 8s plus 48 equals -40. Okay, and now again, I'm just going to solve each of these like a little 2-step equation. For both of them, I'm going to subtract 48 from both sides. And this one, I get 8s equals -8. And I'll divide both sides by 8, so I'll get s equals -1 for one of my solutions. Okay. And then the other one, I'll subtract 48 from both sides of this one. 8s equals -88. And I'll divide both sides by 8 for this one, and I get s equals -11. So -1 and -11 would be my solutions for this one. Here's -1, and here way down here is -11. So those are my 2 answers for this case. It's a 2-step problem, but you still do the same steps as we've done and set it up with the 2 different, the red and the blue cases. All right, one more good problem to look at, just because here's one, just like we've done the other IXLs and the other assignments, to realize that first, the absolute value is not by itself, right? I've still got this +7 on the right side of the equal sign with it. So I can't actually break into 2 cases yet. Nope, I can't do it right now, okay? I have got to get this 7 away from the absolute value first. I've got to solve it so that is just by itself. And the way I do that, it says +7, so I need to subtract 7. Okay, I'm going to take all that and bring it down here to finish this one, just like I've done. And I'm also going to switch it around like I've done too. So the variable's on the left. Now I'll have that absolute value of c minus 3 by itself on the left side. No 7, no constant, no nothing multiplied to it. So that's what I want. And on the other side, I will just have 2 at that point, once I've taken 9 minus 7. So c minus 3, that expression inside the absolute value is either got to equal 2, or c minus 3, that absolute value, that expression inside the absolute value has got to equal -2. One of those 2 things to find my answers. Okay, I'm going to add 3 to both sides. C equals 5, or add 3 to this side for the blue equation. C equals, oops, that's not a very good 1, but it should be a +1. C equals +1. So there's my 2 answers, +1 and +5. Okay. Again, if you're still having a little trouble with these, Zoom me, email me, let me know. I will definitely help you, but you got to let me know if you're struggling with this stuff. Okay. All right. Do good, you guys.